Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashora Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashora Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Varachari Yamuna Tira Varachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Varachari Yamuna Tira Varachari Hari Bol
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Hasatora Satishi Shrimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Hasatora Satishi Shrimad Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Kori Vaishnavan Ki Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se Koshi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Ganadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhaktavan Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadi Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Girandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktavan Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Mishta Paraya Krishna Vastaya Bhurtari Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Reva Gauravani Viracharina Nirvishesha Shunavari Paschatristarine. Hare Krishna, your friends. Please write Hare Krishna into the comment section. Right now, don't delay. Use your lotus fingers to type the holy name of Krishna. Instead of typing your girlfriend or boyfriend, use your lotus fingers in a transcendental way. Okay, so let's see who is here. Frank Beck. Hare Krishna, Frank Beck. Purnima Day, Hare Krishna Mataji. Doris, Markunsa Shamdai. Satish Bandari, Rebecca. Michelle. Nirjala. Hare Krishna. Oops. Anybody else would like to say Hare Krishna before we start? Don't be shy. Hare Krishna, everyone. Katie, Danny, Kate Binovska, Hare Krishna. Craig. Craig is in a job center. Right? Very nice. Very nice, very nice. We cannot exist without work. Work is good. Makes you happy. All right. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Hare Krishna to 4 more people. Mo. Okay, 5. Anna Sophie, Rudra Prakash, John Griffin. Welcome. And Doris. Thank you. We're reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 13th chapter, text 44. Vidun vata vedamayam nijam vapur.
Who is 313, text number?
44.
44. Almost done. 3:13, 44. Yes. Vidun vata vedamayam nijam vapur.
Take the mic, no? Janastapaha satya nivasino vayam.
Janastapaha satya nivasino vayam.
Sata shikoduta shivambu bindubir.
Sata shikoduta shivambu bindubir.
Vimerjamana brasham isha pavitaha.
Vimerjamana vrisham isha pavitaha. Vidunvata vedamayam nijam vapur.
Vidunvata vedamayam nijam vapur.
Janastapaha satya nivasino vayam.
Janastapaha satya nivasino vayam.
Sata shikoduta shivambu bindubir.
Sata shikoduta shivambu bindubir.
Vimerjamana brasham isha pavitaha.
Vimerjamana brasham isha pavitaha. Vidunvata, while shaking. Vedamayam, personified Vedas. Nijam, own. Vapuhu, body. Janaha, the Janaloka planetary system. Tapaha, the Tapaloka planetary system. Satya, the Satyaloka planetary system. Nivasinaha, the inhabitants. Vayam, we. Sata, hairs on the shoulder. Shika uduta, sustained by the tip of the hair. Shiva, auspicious. Ambu, water. Bindubi, by the particles. Vimrajyamana, we are thus sprinkled by. Brasham, highly. Isha, O Supreme Lord. Pavita, purified. Translation. O Supreme Lord, undoubtedly we are inhabitants of the most pious planets, the Jana, Tapas and Satyalokas. But still we have been purified by the drops of water sprinkled from your shoulder hairs by the shaking of your body. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ordinarily, the body of a hog is considered impure, but one should not consider that the hog incarnation assumed by the Lord is also impure. That form of the Lord is the personified Vedas and is transcendental. Hare Krishna to Kumal K.M. Prabhu. Hare Krishna. The inhabitants of the Jana, Tapas and Satyalokas are the most pious persons in the material world. But because those planets are situated in the material world, there are so many material impurities there also. Therefore, when the drops of water from the tips of the Lord's shoulder hairs were sprinkled upon the bodies of the inhabitants of the higher planets, they felt purified. The Ganges water is pure because of its emanating from the toe of the Lord. And there is no difference between the water emanating from the toe and that from the tips of the hair on the shoulder of Lord Bor. They are both absolute and transcendental. Om Agyan Tirinandasya Jnana Jana Shalakayam Chakshunan Miritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, has opened my darkened eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble obeisances unto His lotus feet. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai.
So, there are different planets in this universe. It is not that we're the only planet which has life. All the planets have life. And the living entity is born into a particular planet according to its activities in this life. So just like here in this world, there are different countries. They call it even third world country. Third world. Not very economically well situated. The Western countries are more wealthy. All the immigrants, they're coming to the Western countries. So in the same way, there are higher planets. Here, 3 are mentioned. Janaloka, Tapaloka and Satyaloka. And only the most pious living entities go there. Those who perform austerities, charity, piety, like that. They're elevated to these planets where they can either practice Krishna consciousness and go further, or they are diverted by the material impurities. Here Prabhupada says that because these planets are within the material world, there are so many material impurities also. So many times we hear in the descriptions of Krishna's pastimes that the demigods, they have some kind of a conflict with Krishna. We may mention the example of Lord Indra, who sent torrents of rain on the village of Vrindavan. He could not appreciate Krishna's original form, that of a coward boy. He could not understand why these inhabitants of Vrindavan are cancelling my Indra Yagya, my Yagya. Previously, they were offering Yagya to Indra for the smooth material situation. By sacrificing to the demigods, they shower blessings and they supply rain, air, all these material elements. Without rain, you cannot have grain, and without grain, you die. No rain, no grain, only pain. So, when Krishna came, he said, Nanda Maharaj, my father, stop this. Stop this yagya. It is not necessary. If you worship me directly, all the demigods will be pleased. So Indra, yes, he was pleased ultimately, but before he became bewildered. He thought, what is this? This little tiny coward boy is challenging my authority? What is this? He became very angry, very agitated. So then he flooded the village of course, Krishna put the golden hill on his tiny finger, pinky. So then Indra was very shocked. What is this? Another shock. First he was shocked that a little tiny coward boy is challenging his authority. And then the second time he was shocked that little coward boy was protecting the inhabitants in such very smooth way from his so-called punishment. Similarly, Lord Brahma also became bewildered. This tiny little guy is God. This is Narayan. This is the Supreme Lord. No, I cannot believe. Let me make an experiment. Experimental method. Even Lord Brahma became bewildered. And he stole all the coward boyfriends of Krishna and put them in a cave for 1 year. So when he did that, Krishna immediately manifested the identical coward boys. They were exactly the same, but they were the expansion of Krishna. Krishna can do anything he likes. He can replace you like this. You are replaceable. And when the coward boys, when they came home, the milk pouring from the and they were affection. They had love for the sons. So what is going? I put all the coward boys in trance, so they sleep. They don't remember it. Immediately. So again, his pride was emotional lesson. And so many. The Krishna, you can all these pastimes. The wife of Krishna, she desired that body love. She wanted Krishna body for her. The cowards of this new sari. Also materialistic, humble. So she desired heavenly love to grow here. So Krishna from it again. Enemies, they started fighting against Krishna. Jata flower. They got everything about Krishna. So why I'm mentioning there. Can you ask and people if it goes
someone else as well, or just I can hear the music too.
please? Shamda says no.
It's breaking up. Can you set up?
I also see here stuck. Yeah, all the viewers are going away. Maybe you can restart the stream.
It should be okay.
Yeah. Are we doing better? Is it better? Dear Prabhus, Matajis, if you can give feedback, I don't see any improvement. Hare Krishna.
I wasn't thing is frozen.
So restart. We're gonna restart Prabhu's. Let's see if it works.
It's not working device.
Your sound is back.
Hmm?
Yes, your sound is back now.
Okay.
It's gonna work.
Yeah?
I think so. You just wait.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's very delayed, huh?
Yeah.
But I see it's stuck.
Are you doing better? It's because you're looking at the phone actually. Because it's not dropping frames on the OBS. The OBS is working very nice.
Uh-huh.
Here, Prabhu's Mataji, if you can give feedback, I don't see any improvement.
Video is frozen. Sound okay now.
Rudra says it's okay.
It's better, getting better. Okay. Maybe that's Indra.
Yeah, it's good.
All good now. Okay, wonderful. Thank you for your feedback. If you know of anyone who left disgusted because we have so many technical difficulties, please tag them back.
Sorry, it works.
It works. Okay. Hare Krishna, Tony. Sorry about this. Now it's all black. But okay. All right. Are we doing okay? Everybody is okay? Seems okay. All right. So I was explaining how the demigods, they fought against Krishna because he took Parijata flower from the heavenly planets just to please his queen, Satyabhama. So the reason why I'm saying is that the inhabitants of these higher planets, they're called demigods. And here Prabhupada says that there are still some impurities. Might not be these kind of impurities like illicit sex and meat eating and gambling and intoxication, but there are subtle impurities. There's a pride, there's a desire for being worshipped, like that. So that's why when Lord Varaha shook his body and the water landed on the higher planets, Janaloka, Tapaloka, these inhabitants, they were praising, now we're getting purified. Even for them it is beneficial. See, the Lord's mercy is always beneficial. Even in the heavenly even in the Vaikuntha planets, the Lakshmis, the goddesses of fortune, they sweeping the floors of Vaikuntha. Although there is no dust in Vaikuntha, they're still doing it. Because they enjoy the service of the Lord. So, the inhabitants of the higher planets, they have all the pleasures in life and they're pure, they're pious. But when Lord Boar shakes his body and the water lands on their planets, they glorify this. Similarly, there is Ganges water in India. All the Hindus, they go to take bath because this Ganges came from Vishnu. Lord Vishnu, he broke the covering of the universe, and from a little tiny gap, the causal ocean. Is that so? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The causal ocean started dripping, and that's the Ganges water. The Ganges is flowing through the whole universe, from the upper planets to the middle planetary systems. So the Ganges is very, very purifying. I was reading an article that the scientists, they discovered that the contents of the Ganges water, they eliminate the bacteria. There's some, I'm not so expert, but there's some combination of chemicals that fight the bacteria very, very nicely. So Ganges water is very special. Even they throw dead bodies and they pass stool in the Ganges. So sometimes you might be taking a dip, and along with you there's also Mr. Brownie who's taking dip. So you must, move the water away like that. So it is very beneficial because it is coming from Krishna. So Prabhupada says they're both absolute and transcendental. Absolute and transcendental. In other words, you cannot say that, oh, this is a hog. Hog is contaminated. In Muslim religion, they say haram, haram. Right? They don't eat hog. They eat any other meat, even cow. But hog they don't take. Pig they don't take. What is that? Pork. Because hog is eating stool. Right? Nobody wants to, even a meat eater, if you give him a plate of stool, he will refuse that. It's disgusting. So this animal is eating stool. In India, if you go and pass stool in a field, and you look behind, there are all these hogs, they're waiting. Are you done yet? Because we need to honor our dinner after your passing stool. This is the arrangement of Krishna. Om Purnam Adaha Purnamidam. Everything is complete and perfect. We think that, stool, what do we do with all this stool? Put it in the Thames River or somewhere. They don't know what to do with it. Because they killed all the hogs and ate them. But there is a meaning to every animal and every plant. In this book, Perfection of Yoga, Prabhupada writes that every single plant has some medicinal property. So even when we take ordinary vegetables or like that, they're meant to heal a particular disease. I have seen somewhere some meme that, the walnut looks like a brain, like a human brain, like a tiny little brain. So they have shown that actually taking walnuts is good for brain. And when you cut a carrot in half, you see there's a little eye on the carrot. That means that the carrots are good for eyes. So, and there's so many other vegetables. They all correspond to the bodily organs. So do you mean to say that this is by accident? That Krishna left such clear signs? This is the message from Krishna. Just like you receive a message, some emoji, right? So these are Krishna's emojis. He makes the walnut in the shape of a brain to give you idea. See, this is good for brain. He makes the carrot in the shape like this. Everything has a meaning. So the meaning of a hog is that he eats stool. And if you were not killing the hogs, and if you were passing stool in a field, not in a toilet, not in the same room, see, people think convenience. It's more convenient. And it is highly non-hygienic to have a toilet in the same apartment where you worship, when you sleep, when you eat. Just like they have nuclear waste. So they keep the nuclear waste very tightly secure. They put it under the ground because it's highly toxic. Nuclear waste. You don't live with the nuclear waste barrels in your house. So stool is kind of like that, nuclear waste. so smelly, so ugly, full of bacteria. The flies, they come. So it should be done outside. And there are two benefits. The hog can take food, and it is also, how do you say, for the soil? Nourishment?
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer. Can also be used as a fertilizer. So nothing is, although we say waste, nothing is waste in Lord's creation. We just don't know, because we made our own. We're lazy. Oh, why should I go to the fields? I make my stool place here in the kitchen. Sometimes they have. I have seen they have everything in one room. In Canada, I had a friend, maybe he's watching now, and he was living, single bachelor, studying and living in a small studio. So everything was in one room. Kitchen, toilet, bedroom, everything. And people think, oh, this is very nice. All at once, all included at once. Very cheap, very nice. But this stool contaminates the whole atmosphere. You don't feel good in such a place. Just like a toilet. As soon as you enter toilet, you can feel the heavy energy. Right? Why we don't have a class in a toilet? Nobody wants to be in a toilet. You do your business, you get out because you know what is going on there. So that's why hog is abominable. For this reason. Not the soul. Not the soul of the hog. The soul is pure as my soul. But the body is, because dealing with stool, we don't associate with hogs. They even sent Prabhupada some article that the hippies, they organized, they all undressed, they were all naked, and they went into mud with hogs to embrace them and play with hogs. This was the hippie orgy. Brahmananda, he wrote to Prabhupada about this. So Prabhupada was thinking, oh, how degraded the society has become. See, the whole world is looking up to the Westerners. Oh, such nice technology, such nice economics, so highly successful society. But the hippies, the children, they are with the hogs in the mud. They become hogs. If you do like that, you become a hog. You develop a hog mentality. Very, very unfortunate. So, Lord Boar is not that type of hog. Lord Boar is the Supreme Godhead. So, even the water from his hairs, this is all transcendental, absolute and transcendental. And similarly, the Ganges, that is full of stool, full of dead bodies. Someone dies, they just put him there. It is purifying, it is healthy. Prabhupada says, if you drink Ganges water daily, you will never become sick. So we must understand so many things. We should not be superficial. Oh, this is a hog, ha ha ha. They worship hog as God. And Ganges, what is this nonsense? Stool is flowing there and the Hindus, they're worshipping it. No, you don't understand anything, my friend. Actually, this is the punishment. Your ignorance of these things, of the transcendental nature of Krishna and his paraphernalia and his form, is the punishment. Krishna is punishing you by this ignorance. You will never get the mercy. Sometimes people also, they don't like the prasadam. Oh, it's some Indian food. Oh, too much spice. Too much ghee. They go like that. So that is the punishment. Krishna is, because of too much sinful activities, they cannot appreciate the prasadam. It's very unfortunate. Sometimes they plug their ears. When we go with the Sankirtan in the streets, I see many times kids are plugging their ears. So these are very impious children who have done lots of sinful activities in the previous life, and now, although the opportunity is given to them to hear the holy name, they're plugging their ears. What can be done? So anyway, at least we should know about the transcendental nature of Krishna in this form. Any questions? I think we're streaming on YouTube also. Yes?
Yes.
So if you have any question on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok, then you can ask. I will answer.
We were streaming on YouTube, but for some reason the setting was set on private.
Mark says that at Narasimha temple in Germany, there once came a gentleman wondering, oh, you worship a cat. Lord Nrsimhadev is there, the main deity. Yeah, but he was very lucky. He saw that cat, Lord Nrsimhadev, transcendental cat. So he had a darshan, he got purified. Sometimes it happens like that. People don't even know anything and somehow they come. They have done some pious activities, so they come. Although they don't understand anything. That we should not disturb them. That's fine. Rebecca says that Jewish also don't take pork. I don't know. Is it true? Okay, any questions?
Yeah, they don't eat pork. But Titus Chalagno is wondering, where did you get your accent from? But it's very, very unrelated.
Yeah, that's a nonsense question. I will not answer such. You ask about the class. Why are you diverting?
Okay, there's a question on Facebook.
My accent, this accent. Yeah.
Frank Back is wondering, how can one determine whether their chanting is offensive or inoffensive?
Well, you must know the 10 offenses. In Padma Purana, the 10 offenses are stated. So you must know, you must study from Srila Prabhupada what it means. For example, the third offense is to disobey the order of the spiritual master. That means that, first of all, you must accept the spiritual master. You must take initiation. That is the first step. And then you must follow his orders. And you must not think of him as an ordinary man. And you must not give any respect to a spiritual master who is not bona fide, who is unauthorized. So like that, you have to study. There's no one answer. You have to go one by one and study very carefully what these offenses are and avoid them. And if you're chanting without offenses, then the symptom is that your lust and greed is subsiding. If you are in doubt, if you think, oh, am I offensive, am I not offensive, that means you're offensive. There'll be no doubt. If someone is thinking, am I hungry or am I satisfied, then he's not satisfied. If you're satisfied, you know it. Shamdai lost sound? That was it. How was the sound? I can hear myself. Yeah. Okay, back. Manish, how darshan of God purify us? Well, if you're looking at the Lord, then it stays in the mind. We want to think of the Lord at the time of death. This is why we're chanting, this is why we have these darshans, this is why we discuss Krishna's pastimes. So we want to think of God at the time of death. So if you have a darshan continuously, it stays in the mind. This is how you get purified. Craig, following on from Manish Pangeni, does darshan of God still purify us if we are manipulating him in order to get his darshan? If you're manipulating God to have his darshan, that is very good manipulation. That manipulation is very nice. But if you manipulate in a different way, if you want something material from God, then you cannot appreciate a darshan. You see in a different way. You see Krishna as your servant. That is your blindness. You're blinded by material desires. So that vision should be rectified. You should not see Krishna as your servant. Many people come and they ask, God, give me bread, give me money, give me woman, give me this, give me that. This is not darshan. Now you're seeing your own illusion of God. That is idol worship. That's why idol worship is forbidden, because you are praying for material benedictions. But if you see the Lord as your master, as the supreme enjoyer, as the beautiful enjoyer, supreme enjoyer, who is enjoying your service, that is real darshan. Okay? Jaya Masarka says, I miss you, I love you, Prabhupada. Wonderful. Wonderful. Jai. Any other question?
There's a question from Shamda. She's wondering, does the Ganges also flow in Patala-loka?
I don't know.
And there's a question.
Study the Bhagavatam, all the answers are there. I can't remember this point. I have not studied Mother Ganges to that extent. I'm sorry. Yes?
Question on TikTok. Have you read Autobiography of a Yogi?
Yes. I have read it. And I was not very impressed. So I stopped reading it.
And that's all. No. Jayanta is wondering how many Puranas?
18 Puranas. Mark, how to remain relaxed while recognizing one's own inability to follow all instructions nicely and qualify for higher devotional service. Follow whatever you can. Focus on that. Don't focus on the negative. You can come at least for the Bhagavatam class. That is so important. That is the essence of everything. Hearing. So you stick with that. You follow that. Be satisfied.